I don't know. I think they got. I've been saying for a couple weeks. I think they got a good shot tonight. I like the matchup.
81-50, 93-9, 38-31, 93-9. Let's just start talking about it. Are you ready to just fire away into it?
Yeah.
Like this might as well be partially pregame show because it'll be a whole different vibe by the time I get to Al J's.
Sure.
Come out, join us. Steve Rummage doing postgame. I'm doing pregame. Al J's Galt House. Here's the thing. I've watched this basketball. I know. Thank you. I need a little bit of this. Let that roll.
Make you feel better?
I'm doing good today, guys.
Brian Hall's got the team spirit today. What can I say?
Big time college basketball, big time college football. Back in the building.
That feel good?
I needed that. You know what? I don't care who didn't like that. I needed that.
That was good.
In my actual system.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I'm not going to attack it from the same way because you did bring my spirit up at least 20%.
Okay.
That's a good Michigan team. Better than number 9 in the country, Michigan State team. Will we agree with that? You think they're about 9?
I don't know. It depends on what
one
you're
spot above Kentucky.
No, I think they're playing a lot better than Kentucky right now. But I look ahead of them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who they play. I don't know who I'd put them ahead of.
Fair enough.
Ahead of them.
Fair enough. We're not a top team in the country right now.
No.
Okay?
No.
Okay, I'm going to just throw out some of these people. And feel free to call in. I'm going to clean out. Here's what I'll do. I'll clean out the text line right now so I'll be able to see exactly. So if you've texted in the last couple of minutes, text again so I can reset this stuff. Okay. So this is what we do. I don't think Louisville is a top 10 team right now.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
So put me 6 points behind Michigan State just for starters, right?
Well, Vegas put them 5. So that's pretty close.
I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not a gambler, people. I just that was luck.
Yeah.
That was pure luck. So I put him 6 points behind already.
Okay.
Junior, right? That's four or five more points, right?
Okay.
Just principal points, right? Now we're going to get disgusting, Steve.
Okay.
TV Teddy.
Yes.
How many points is that?
Well, that depends.
We have the worst official on the planet for Louisville.
Yeah, but the worst official sometimes is he for you or against you. And if
convince me it's not as bad as I think.
If he's for you,
you know
tonight,
how I feel about this guy.
Yeah, but if TV Teddy, man, here's the thing: if TV Teddy thinks he's about to be a part of an upset, I think a lot of times he goes the opposite way. I think that's why we hate him, because a lot of times we're not in the position where the team coming into the Yum Center.
He refs.
Yeah,
to help people out against us.
You know, it feels like it feels more like when teams come into the Yum Center, what we're used to is we're the higher ranked team, or it's an upset for them to beat us. Tonight's the opposite. And he knows you're going to have that big crowd. You're going to have that big crowd that's going to be.
I just flicked off a text on YouTube.
I love it. Before the Duke Indiana game tonight, I mean, you got 4 big time names tonight. Tonight's a big night for college basketball. I think you're going to have a big time watched game, and I think TV Teddy may work in our favor tonight. just saying.
Dan Dockich is in the building.
Yeah, there's nothing I got for that.
Nothing good can happen
There's nothing I got for
when
that.
Dan Dockich is in the building.
Yeah.
How-
I can play the TV Teddy game.
How
but-
do you balance out the Dan Dockich effect? Do you know people are going to be over there taking selfies with him just for troll purposes?
Sure. I mean, but Dan Dockich, I don't think hurts you on the court. But I mean, I don't particularly like you sitting around talking about my school.
I know.
You know,
It's going to make the entire fan base feel like we're losing the entire time, right? Like I'm worried about Ghostbuster level spirits and energy overflowing the city.
but that's more reason to get there. You don't want to stay at home and watch Dan Dockich call the game.
Do you want to sit at home and listen to Dan Dockich talk on your television about the team when you can go in there and people? It's gonna be stupid in there.
Yeah,
It's gonna be stupid.
no, it's going to be a great atmosphere tonight.
It's gonna be dry and cold too.
Yeah.
Listen, you can deal with dry and cold.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wet and rainy and crappy cold. Sometimes slushy cold. I give you passes.
Yeah.
This
No.
is dry, cold. Bring out your nice winter coats. It's the first day you really get to bring out those coats that you don't really get to wear too often. And the Yum Center is real warm, right?
Yes.
So you know how it looks like the ladies come in there and they got these nice jackets on, and then when them jackets come off and go in the back of the seat, you're like, okay, Louisville, okay.
I know.
The dudes come in the fly, long coats, and everybody's gonna be looking good.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I just really think after watching this team,
They're such a vet.
okay, but see, that's the only well I've heard you keep going back to.
I know.
And that's a good thing.
But I
Yes.
respect that more than so much.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. But I mean that's and I mean I'm not saying this sarcastically. I mean that's the third time you went back to the veteran well, and I
did that
agree
before
with you.
Tennessee too.
Yeah, but I think Tennessee's different. I think Tennessee, you can say, yeah, but I mean, Tennessee, I feel like that we can't rebound with Tennessee. I feel like that they got one guy that can put us on his hip and can go to work. I feel like against Michigan State, I don't feel that way with anybody.
I think they can draw fouls. That's what I'm worried about.
Yep.
Nick Ward just
Okay,
mucking it up.
in the
draw
same
fouls
breath, Michigan State's one of the top schools in the country in turnovers.
and rebounding.
Okay, so then, but we rebounded with Tennessee.
But we don't turn over a lot of teams.
Well,
I'm
play
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. God.
I don't know,
Steve,
man.
you need to take over this one. Like
I feel like I
I'm
just feel like,
terrible right
man,
now.
I just feel like that this is a game tonight. You got a shot in,
But
man.
here's of course you got to shot. Okay, I feel like I'm getting all this stuff. I'm getting all my concerns out in front, right? Because here's the thing. This is like, to me, if I want to train a team to be the most, to be the biggest problem come late season, this is what I would do, Steve. I would say play Vermont, play Tennessee, play Michigan State, right? And there's probably two other teams that I would demand my team play early, get bloodied, get beat up, battered, bruised. You go against the most physical team. You go against the most physical, cultured coach in college basketball.
Yeah.
Michigan State,
Sure.
which I can't believe he's still even coaching without no kind of
Right.
nothing.
I-
Izzo,
Right.
are we ever going to talk about that ever again?
No, that's done and over with.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but you get my point. If I was going to strategize teaching my team the importance of toughness and togetherness and possession by possession, you play Michigan State and Tennessee in the first, 5 games.
Yes. I don't know. I think you respect Michigan State this year more than I do. I don't know. And I know they've played well, but I mean, even when you talk about rebounds, Nick Ward's had double-digit rebounding one time. He got 10. He's had 3, 6, 5, and 8.
You know what I saw though, and this is just me. You remember how impressed the commentators was when the rebounds were like, there's nobody near the basketball because they box out so hard that even the guards can just pick up loose rebounds because everybody's attacking the boards. Everybody has one foot in the paint. I feel like the rebounds just got spread out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a guy just putting up stupid rebound numbers. Listen, and I know what you're saying, and from the outside, I'm saying to myself exactly what you're saying to me. They're very beatable.
Yes.
They are very, very beatable.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I like I said, I agree. But here's the thing: I'm coming from a perspective of needing these wins more, right?
No, you absolutely do.
We talked about it yesterday about how you've impressed me enough to where you're a competitive team. Think about this: you're a competitive team with the number 9 team in the country, and you know you are. And the only difference is already established mentality versus just getting that train rolling.
Sure.
And that's what I hate.
Yeah.
I hate coming from that perspective of we have the same level of talent. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little inexperienced. You're just ahead of the developmental curve. But I think we might be even more talented than you are.
I think so. And even when I look at the backcourt rebounding, to that point,
I might rock the scarf. Good point, Texter. I might whip out the Louisville soccer scarf.
in the last 4 games, that you got Joshua Langford, Cassius Winston, rebounding 2-1, 2 and 5,
right?
5-1, 2 and 4. They're not. I mean, so I think that point, even to that point, man. I mean, I don't know. Hey, look, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe they come out and just rip us. But I've watched them 3 times in 3 full games. And I've said, I don't know. This is one I'm circling that I'm like, Louisville, go get this one, man.
And I'm just seeing too much bad. Put it this way. I mean, they can get knocked on their keister and they can start rolling against them.
Absolutely.
And we talked about it a little bit yesterday. If you get angry fan in there from the tip,
oh yeah,
you can get their attention.
Yes,
you can get those players. So what? Yeah, again, let me pour out all of my problem areas.
Right.
You know, and again, the problem area of we've had 3 big games, and Chris Mack has. We're already ready to file a lawsuit against the NCAA officials, Steve.
Yes.
And the NCAA for something, some kind of illegal, what is it? Just conspiracy.
Right.
Like,
yes.
It feels conspiracy. We were saying that at Vermont. Like, why are these refs staring? Why are they staring at our players like as they're walking away? You know that little referee stare, like.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you say? What'd you say, huh?
I know.
Did you say something? I'm like, why are you following Darius Perry right now? Right?
Yeah.
Like, why are you following our Mack? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking and empathetically, I'm like, is Mack gonna have to choke a ref?
I know.
That's what I did there.
Yes. It's fair enough.
Right?
Yeah. Look.
So again, let me pour out that bothersome thing. Like, I almost feel like you're still getting the Louisville referee treatment, which I can't have. But I don't. Again, Yum Center can go old school Freedom Hall.
Yes.
And literally punk a ref.
Yeah.
It can happen. You can't get away with multiple travels and TV Teddy doing his show off travel. Try it if you want to. If they get in here and get right early.
Yes, which
it can't be a late arriving crowd.
No, I mean that's
like
what I
you
say.
Need
this
them from the jump.
Big on the crowd. The crowd needs to be good tonight.
Yeah, look, your clear purses, leave your medal. Don't bring the extra stuff.
Yeah,
bring your wallet.
Yes,
and your fandom. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, and your comfortable shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do the pretentious thing. Don't do the listen. Go well bourbon. Yeah, like I don't need the. I don't need the. I don't need. Listen, I don't need. Yeah, right. I don't need the top shelf bourbon. You know, I'm not getting the Belvedere. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the McCormick's. You know, just something to keep me warm. Get me right over here. Cause I'm
get ready for a guard's ass whooping.
I mean, seriously, and I'm saying that in seriousness. You need the fans there early.
No, you do tonight. I think tonight needs to be.
And it's a Big Ten, the ACC Big Ten challenge.
No, it's a huge game against the top 10 team. I mean, the last time a top 10 out of conference team came in was probably Kentucky. And I would have to say a top 10 out of conference game. So, I mean, this is huge. And I think it goes so much bigger than that. I think if Coach Mack can get this win, it's the first time he's ever coached against Tom Izzo. We found that out yesterday. If he can get this win against Michigan State, I mean,
what's a bigger win? Brohm over Ohio State or Mack over Michigan State?
I mean, it'd be close.
That's the point.
That's
a game-changing win for Purdue.
Yes,
that would be a game-changing win for Mack.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I think they're exactly the same. If you look at it, I mean, it shows that Louisville, basketball is back, and that's what he did with Purdue at with the Ohio State win. I was thinking about this though. You're right, because I was looking at it in Kentucky. Outside of Kentucky, I can't think of another top 10 matchup that we've had at the KFC Yum Center since we built it. That's outside of an ACC opponent.
Yeah, or Big East, like an out of conference opponent. I mean, it don't happen very often.
I mean, we do get a lot of. I mean, it's like whoop-de-doo because we always have top 10 matchups in the Yum Center because of the ACC. But it's awesome to get one of those out of conference.
To get one of these, man, that's a 7:30 game on ESPN.
Primetime TV.
It's a doubleheader with Duke, Indiana. I mean, you feel like, and here's the thing, I think Louisville raised a few eyebrows last week. I think that people
I'll get that 1 second.
Nationally, I think that a few people were like, they're okay.
Let me address this texter. Marcus, after such a disappointing loss like last game, what do you tell the team to get their mind right for tonight? The fellas had to feel dejected after the Marquette game. What do you think, First Seed?
No, I don't know. I don't. As what I tell them. I mean, I don't think it's dejected, man. I think after the year they had last year, I think you feel like, my God, I think you're angry, not dejected.
First and foremost, you tell them in that locker room, you do not discuss officiating.
Yeah.
First and foremost, press game, it's not officiating.
Yes.
And then me and the coaches will talk about that afterwards.
Sure.
But to my players, nobody better say a forsaken word about the officials.
Yeah.
I don't even want you talking about it with each other. Don't talk about that call. Don't talk about that three-pointer. Don't talk about that push-off. It didn't stop anything. I would seriously, I would snatch them up and say, if I hear a whisper about officiating, I'll run you until you drop.
Right.
If I hear something about call, if I hear something on the back of the bus, in the back of this plane, if I hear a whisper about it, I'm gonna track down who said it, and I promise you, I'll Breakfast Club you to death. Right?
Fan, I'm still pissed off.
Fan, coaches, listen. Coach Mack talked about we got new strategies in place to make sure
players in line.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say you gotta turn it down a little bit. Something that sucks. Sorry, Brian. People gotta hear you, man. Gotta have a good.
Is my mic back yet?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, we're good.
Oh,
that's gone again.
Maybe not. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gone again.
But you get my point.
Yeah.
The first and foremost thing, you don't discuss officiating ever. Second thing, to Texter, when you go from a road trip to a home game, you don't carry New York road energy into the Yum Center. Like it's like playing a different sport.
Yeah.
When you go from a tournament style in New York to Yum Center, our house, families here, students are here, coach. I mean, it's just a different, it's a different game. It's a different atmosphere. Michigan State, it was a neutral crowd up there. I mean, whatever. Who was there? Whoever was rooting against Louisville, big deal.
Yeah.
It was still a neutral, vibe to it. It was a tournament vibe. Here, it's we must protect this house, to quote Under Armour guys.
Absolutely.
But it's a different, you need this.
Yes.
Desperation will be a natural adrenaline, will be a natural, testosterone, as whatever. It'll be different. It'll be more containing adrenaline rather than getting pumped up for it. So Texter says You think they'll be dejected. And I'm saying, no, get some sleep, get some rest, try to calm yourself. Because when you get out there, don't be out here doing the between the legs dunk, because every temptation is going to be go crazy in pregame warm-ups.
Absolutely.
Because you're jacked.
Well, it's been a while probably since you're going to feel the buzz that you felt.
Yes.
Or that you're going to feel tonight
Yes.
in the arena.
Actually, most of these guys, because last year was so awkward,
Yeah.
that you haven't experienced a sophomore at Louisville has not experienced this level buzz.
No. Because there wasn't one last year.
You're right. With a true coach.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it's like. You don't know what it's like for a 7:30 game, and people have been here since 7.
Yeah.
Already seated, where you get the roar when you come out the locker room, like, damn, everybody's here already.
Yeah.
Everybody, you haven't done that yet.
Right.
Only a junior, only VJ even knows that feeling on that team. So that's a fact.
Uh-huh.
To Texter, calmness is going to be more important than shaking off dejected energy.
Sure. I agree.
And that's Did I turn into Ray Lewis just now?
Yeah, but
you got to grab the fight.
I know. Yeah.
You got to bring it.
Yeah.
When I say, when I feel that sound.
That's perfect.
Clay, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. Fire away.
Hey guys, y'all hit it on all points, man. And I hate to change the subject, but this just came across my timeline on Instagram, and JJ Weaver, he just said that on November 30th he's gonna choose his college, and his college choices are Purdue, Louisville, Cincinnati, Tennessee, and UK. So does that give us kind of like a timeline on when we might receive the information about Jeff Brohm?
I don't think so.
No.
I appreciate the call, though, Clay.
No. No. I think you should hear something in the next day or so, I would imagine.
Weaver to the Cards.
Not right now.
I hope so.
He ain't coming right now.
Pretty please.
I can tell you that.
No?
Some things have to change between now and the 30th.
They could.
So.
You think things are going to change between then?
I do.
Can we bring towels to wave? Make it look like a cool around arena.
Absolutely. Bring
Of course
anything
you
you
can.
want. Yeah.
Of course you can, as long as it gets through the metal detector. Right?
Yes.
That's why I told you, go to see Ken Lola and the Fighting U of L men's soccer team and get your scarves. If you would have got your scarves, you would have them to be raving around right now, but you got a red towel. Go to Walmart and get a red towel.
It's fair.
Come on and raise up.
That's perfect.
Like a helicopter.
No, I know. I think, though, but I do think with the extra, with what we saw, and then Michigan State in the tournament they were in going 2-0 over UCLA and Texas, one guy I think you have to have tonight is Darius Perry. I think Darius Perry has to be a big, to me, and we'll talk about this on the pregame show later and different stuff, and then I'm gonna recap that on the postgame show and see if it mattered or not. So when we give opinions here, we have to answer for them. So
wait. I was reading the text. I didn't hear you.
No, I said when we give opinions here, we have to answer for them.
But that came from what?
No, just it's you can't just say anything you want, and then I'm going to be on a pregame show and a postgame show later, so I can't just ignore the fact that I said, well, Darius, then be like, well,
you got to have Darius.
But Darius, I think, is the guy tonight. I don't mind Ryan McMahon at all playing. I'm not sure why he started last game, but that's not. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know what Coach Mack saw. I trust Coach Mack, and heck, we were in control of that game for pretty much most of the game. So I'm not here to question him. But I think Darius is a guy that needs to see a lot of minutes tonight. And if you're going to win, it's going to be because Darius Perry played a good game.
Hot shooting.
I don't think matters as much tonight.
I need it.
Oh, I need it. Sure. I need it every game.
Listen.
Yeah.
When you sat Ryan on the bench just now, I'm like, I need hot shooting. Because
Did he give that to you against Marquette?
he gave me nothing.
Okay. That's what I kind of was saying. I mean, sure, yes, if you're going to play, you've got to knock them down.
Right.
Somebody said, I don't know about that.
What's that?
I haven't heard that. So I don't know.
The rumors?
No, yeah. I don't know what reason was for Darius.
We are gonna bring you Coach Mack's interview at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
From yesterday. We're going to, of course, we start dissecting. Some things he had to say. Talks about his communication with Jordan Wara, which is something I really want to discuss. I don't think we got a lot of insight on his substitution patterns, but it's good. I mean, you still get a vibe on who's playing well and who's kind of doing what he say. VJ. Texter says, well, they're apparently making reference to VJ. I'm getting ready to put VJ on that he needs a baby train pretty soon.
I'm there.
Let me go to the caller before I go there with it. Lawrence, thanks for joining me on Midday with Marcus Maben, my man. Fire away.
What's up, guys?
Chilling.
The last two Louisville games, I have not been happy with the referees because I think they out to get us. Now, can I trust these referees to actually call the game down the middle tonight?
Well, Steve apparently does.
Well, I didn't say I trust them to call. I didn't say I trust them calling down the middle. I'm just saying that I think that
you trust them to give us the breaks today.
I think that in the situation, sometimes TV Teddy likes to be a part of a big upset. And tonight, I think you could get a few of those calls go in your favor. That's what I'm saying.
I believe when I see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too. I mean, I'll listen to that. I'll listen to that all day. I mean, because up until now, the calls we've got have not been good in any games. And I don't know. Do you think Teddy did us wrong when he was here the other night?
You know what? It wasn't blatant. And Lawrence, I appreciate the call. It wasn't as blatant, but I you know me, I don't like his demeanor. I don't like his officiating demeanor.
Right.
And I don't think we have okay, put it this way. Our guys are almost too humble for TV Teddy.
Yeah.
Right? Like TV Teddy only responds to dudes that are a little feistier or something, Like he checks you and then he'll start talking to you and I think he wants a little communication back and forth. But when he tells you something and you just look away, he starts punking everybody, like if that's what y'all want to do, be cowards out here,
Sure.
like that's what I just don't know if we got the personality to force him to make the right calls.
Yeah.
Especially Mack. Like TV Teddy needs an Izzo in his ear. Rick was in his ear. You know what I'm saying?
I think a crowd can make a difference too, though.
I'm depending on the crowd to make a difference. Between violent coaches, violent OG coaches and wild crowds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can work him a little bit. One of our favorite callers, Seattle Paul, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Belated? Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Yes, sir. You too.
Hey, couple things. I'm a fan, so Chris Mack ain't gonna make me run 10 miles if I complain about the refs. So,
right.
I've been complaining about the refs for the last 37 years, man. So Louisville's has had the shaft on the refs for that long since I've been watching the game. But again, I'm a fan. Second of all, even if the refs aren't there, we win that game if VJ wasn't soft. I mean, I thought there was going to be a spark in VJ after that monster dunk. And then he just goes back to being the same old VJ. Just a bunny, just missing bunnies. And third, you think that Ryan McMahon, you think Chris Mack's going to tell Ryan McMahon that he should probably transfer at the end of the year? Because at the end of the day, he's kind of stuck with him because he needed scholarship players just to fill a practice squad, just 10 players on the court during practice. But he's not really a Chris Mack guard at the end of the day, like the mold of a Chris Mack guard.
You know what, Paul, I appreciate the call. I'll let Steve has been kind of fascinated with the will it work or won't it work with the McMahon thing.
I think the interesting thing with McMahon is he will be eligible to grad transfer.
So will VJ.
Is VJ graduating this year?
I think so.
He's 3-year graduate. He may be. I don't know that to be true. I know McMahon is. So, I wouldn't be blown away if that's the case. But in the same breath,
So do you just not think he can hold his own, like at the level you need to be at consistently?
I don't think Mack thinks he can. I don't know. That's been an interesting interaction I've tried to watch, and all that's my opinion. Just watching.
That's nothing insider.
No. I mean, just watching them kind of interact and watching the way Mack uses him. I mean, but then again, that Marquette game made me question a little bit of that.
I think Chris Mack personally was so tough himself, and he's like, dude, like, if I'm not the most athletic person like you, Ryan, you have to get your eyes blackened more often than you do.
Yeah.
Your nose you have to bring something physically tough to back these guards off you. Because what are we talking about? The worst thing about Ryan McMahon, and I love him on my team.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
me too.
Personally,
Yeah.
and that's not me. Oh, I love Ryan. No, listen, we were making 3-on-3 teams.
Yeah.
In the summertime.
Yep.
Summer radio, of course. We were doing that, and I would take him on my team, right?
Yeah.
Like
Next year's pool is going to be awesome.
cliche.
I can't wait for the 3-on-3-on-3.
Cliche of the universe.
I already got my team.
Cliche lines of the universe.
Yeah.
He's very crafty.
Yes.
He could always draw charges, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could do that stuff. But again, the worst thing about him is the confidence he gives an opponent.
I know.
Like, dude, I don't know if you need to either grow your hair or shave it, but it can't be that. Look, I don't know if you need to dye it black or something. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, maybe you needed just a big neck tattoo or something or you have to do something a little more intimidating.
I mean, I feel like you lost to Syracuse last year for that reason.
Just because you got in that game and they looked at you and they weren't better than you, but they were just so willing to test you.
Yeah. And they would just you watch Tyus battle and them just get to the free throw line and just pull up. Pull up.
I'm telling you, like his fouls are gonna have to be more physical.
Yeah.
Like when he does the foul and raises his hand, it has to be a physical, violent chop foul.
Yeah.
Right? He has to let people know I'm on the court, and then you have to step forward, Ryan. Like, you can't return to your huddle with your arms around your teammates with a guy staring at you.
Yeah.
And again, this is no personal indictment, but I'm telling you, in this super alpha top 20 level basketball, you're going to have to do something because you're not tall. You know what I'm saying? And you're not muscular. So, you have to do something to protect your,
right,
your spot on the court.
Yeah. No, I know. I don't disagree with that. I mean, but that takes me back to Darius. Whereas with Langford in the game tonight with those guys, Cunningham, I'm starting to buy in. I'm starting to buy in with him on, Cassius Winston tonight is probably the biggest name Michigan State has. I'm starting to buy into Cunningham.
He looked good last game. We were really, really wanting.
Looked good against the second half of Tennessee, too.
Yeah, listen, we really wanted Christian Cunningham to be an adult, aggressive point guard. Quentin Snyder, we always got to make that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't good unless he was attacking. When he was not attacking the pick and roll, you couldn't have him on the court.
Right.
Coach Mack is going to say in the interview, again, we'll play it at the top hour. Coach Mack talked about how, listen, you're a table setter, but if they don't commit another defender to you, you have to be able to score. Which takes me back to my philosophies. When I write my philosophies on basketball, dude, if you can't get the ball up the court, one-on-one, full court pressure, what are you on my court for?
Yes.
If you're an adult, if you're an 18-year-old basketball player and you can't get a ball up the court against somebody, this ain't your game.
So what do you like about Cunningham? Because I think with me a lot of times I'll say I like to get your opinion a little more on something like that, because to me, I say, well, it's not just one thing. He's being assertive. He's playing better. I mean, I know he's there, because the first 3 games, I'm not gonna lie,
You were worried.
I worried. I was
Right.
like, maybe he don't have it. But I want to bring up a point real quick, and then I want to hear your answer. You said something early, like
yes,
game
Ryan
1 or
needs
so.
to go BJ Flynn. Keep going.
Yeah.
Exactly, Texter.
I mean, that is a good call. You said Darius is feeding off of Cunningham's game. You said he's gleaning from his game.
He's stealing.
I feel like you're seeing that.
Yeah.
Against Marquette, I remember I texted you and said, no, maybe David Johnson won't start at point guard next year, because Darius is doing things that I've never saw him do.
That's a different. Think about this. We've watched Darius Perry get to the basket, stop, come to a full pivot, stronghold the ball, and look for somebody. I mean, completely paused, under control in the lane.
Yes.
Never would we have ever seen there. So you're getting Christian Cunningham's pace with Darius Perry's explosiveness. You're stealing the senior brain that is Cunningham, and you can see it growing in Darius Perry, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Cunningham is also remembering, I have to be able to attack like Darius is.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, but again, this is why I always yell about competition being more important. We had Tick Rogers there. Tick Rogers isn't Tick Rogers, and Alvin Sims isn't Alvin Sims without those 3 Greg Miners going at each other, making them better and better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all great, high school, yeah, we were all great, right? But at that level, the practice competition is what makes the real teams, real problems.
Yeah.
So Christian Cunningham.
Yes, back to that.
He's taking right from a Mack playbook. If they're not going to have to commit another guy to guard you, the reason I liked him a little more than Quentin Snyder, his first, he draws at least 2 hand checking fouls a game. Right? Just a
That's
hand
fair.
check.
Yeah.
You're in a sloppy defensive position.
Yes.
I am going to turn this corner and force you to grab me.
Yeah.
And if you get to that basket and score 1 bucket, I mean, it's just like we talk about Ryan McMahon backing somebody, like people scoring on him.
Yeah.
When Ryan goes around somebody and throws an alley-oop, it's more demoralizing than getting dunked on.
Well, he throws a nice oop too.
That's my thing.
Cunningham, not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily for Cunningham, Enoch just had the greatest alley-oop ever.
Oh, well, yeah, but then the other night against, I think it was Tennessee, threw another one. It was like, oh my God.
But you get my
Way
point.
off. Yeah.
My point is, just the same way Christian Cunningham changes the defense by being aggressive and being able to just jump high, jump into, draw the contact, make people respect him.
Yeah.
Now he can be on my court because he can play defense.
Oh, absolutely.
He can keep his guy out the lane.
And you're starting to feel better about him. I mean, whether when he's got an
He's
open
taking
look
good
at
shots.
3,
Yep.
when he had that pull up from the free throw line. I think he hit twice. That you started to feel like, man,
It looks a little mechanical sometimes, but mechanics, like you keep mechanics, you hit a consistent, level. Let's take a reset. Quick commercial break. 8150-939 is the number on 939 DeVille.
Through the years, Cards fans have enjoyed winning the Fiesta Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and a Sugar
the most efficient for 2018, and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating, and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
Hey, Tom, was that a touchdown? Did he get in?
No, it was a little short of the goal line.
So, speaking of coming up short, I've been having some trouble getting a touchdown in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. I think I've got erectile dysfunction.
Don't sweat it, man. Did you know that more than half the men by the age of 50 suffer from ED? In fact, I suffered for years, and I'm not even 50.
Oh, really? But you seem to be fine with it.
I wasn't at all, till I called the Louisville Men's Clinic and set up my confidential appointment. You know they've successfully treated 20,000 ED patients? I've been going to the Louisville Men's Clinic for years. Whoa, that was a nice tackle. You know, Dave, maybe it's time for you to tackle that ED.
Man, you're right. I'm going to call the Louisville Men's Clinic and tackle my ED.
Smart move, buddy.
Get back in the game today. Call the Louisville Men's Clinic at 502-444-4000. That's 444-4000 or LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com. Your visit is only $99 and you can see results same day. Don't forget to ask about the revolutionary Pulse ED therapy. Call 444-4000.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 939 is the station. People in the hallways. Business is being taken care of. People in the hallways. We just got approval. We're taking over ESPN 680. Thanks, Jason Anderson. We will be taking back ESPN 680 for the pregame show, 6 o'clock. And then we will be simulcasting. That's right, people. Simulcasting on all stations at 6:30. Shout out to Dr. Ebert. By the way, you got to give him his space on 93.9. Steve, is this like the revenge pregame?
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to getting in there and kind of, you know, and now being on simulcast, you're going to kind of go an hour and a half. It just, the whole feeling of the night feels.
So think about that.
It feels good again.
Think about what I just told you. I told you, for you, we're going to start a pregame show from Algae's at 6 o'clock.
Get my burger.
We're actually going to be there. Like I said, Steve, you have responsibility, so take your time. Like, do like I do on yours. You know, I jump in and jump out and go get a cocktail, and then I might jump back in the post game. Listen, people. I mean, listen, we're all family here. Like, come on. It's 10:56. We're gonna just keep on going through the break. Here's the thing.
Well, we've been blessed to. I'm doing a few more post games now, so we're still doing them. And we're still together. Like, we're still going to be. I'm going to be on most of the pre games, just like you're going to hear Marcus on most of the post games that I'm doing.
And here's the thing, too, people. I want y'all to appreciate this. You know, Jeff, don't bite my man Patty Ice's head off. But here's the thing. You realize don't snitch on me either. When I'm at Al J's post game, and I can leave the table and socialize, and then think about some things and get worked up, and have a nice beverage, and then I can come back and talk. Interact with everybody who wants to talk sports over at a bar, and then get back on the microphone. Like, how fun is that? People, we'll be at Al J's tonight. If you've been planning on saying, I know you said it. You said it to me. You said it to Steve. You said it to Brian. Man, that Al J spot, man. I'm going to have to get over there.
It's awesome.
You won't get a better opportunity than today. 6 o'clock. The game's at 7:30. Normally, it's a 7 o'clock game or a 9 o'clock game where your schedule's change. They gave you an extra 30 minutes just to fit it perfectly in your schedule. Get on over there and have some fun. That is going to be fun. So where were we at before we left off? I got all worked up. We were talking about the Christian Cunningham aspect of the game.
Well,
but it started with Darius Perry.
Yeah, well, because for me, again, I keep going back to, I think the only way you win tonight, Darius Perry has to be good. I think the matchup is there. And the reason I say that is because he has probably the best all-around player on Michigan State, and Langford will be matched up with Darius Perry. Again, now I'm very hesitant to do. I know everybody likes to do the all one-to-one matchups. I'm like, well, defense is played a little different than that nowadays,
right?
You know? But I do think that Darius playing well can help cancel out Langford's scoring. And Langford is their fill it up guy. Darius just does things.
Darius has more energy than anybody out there.
Right.
I mean, just the percentages that Darius can keep a guy from just a scoring opportunity adds up in a game. Darius got bad calls going against him.
Yeah.
Darius is starting to develop a reputation of being able to play defense.
Yes.
He will actually, I think he will. He'll start affecting the game defensively a lot more.
I agree.
Just got to stay out.
Exactly. So if you can keep him on the floor, keep him playing well. The other thing he's doing is in the 4-out 1-in right now, he's really the only guy that's doing it consistently now, and you have to have it. There's two ways to score easy in 4-out 1-in. Inside out. You come into the big man can throw the skip pass, the big man gets it back out for a three. The other way.
Are you still worried about their passing out of the post?
Yes. I feel like that they
against Tom Izzo?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm worried about that.
I feel like we don't throw the skip pass at all. And I feel like it's open.
The two-man game, the back and forth pass is not great.
Yeah, no, I mean but the other way to score is what Darius has found. Get to the lane and dish it off. What? Somebody get you?
Texter says, is it me or is Christian Cunningham the new Cameron Murray? Now, I know you're not big on Cameron Murray.
Oh, man, I like Cameron Murray.
No, I don't mean big on him like that. I meant that one.
I might get a phone call.
Wasn't he a Harlem Globetrotter?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like you weren't like, oh, but you weren't super player centric with Cameron Murray. Cam will work him.
Really? Okay.
Old man game though. Like working old man game. he had a double against UK championship year.
He did?
Right. But here's the thing. That just kind of derailed me a little bit. Okay, well let me ask you this. Because we always do this. Might as well go kind of pregame conversation. You know what? No, we won't. Are we gonna like interact with the Mack interview? Let's just all listen to it together.
That's fine.
Yeah. I guess we'll do that because instead of we won't leave you people. So if you're listening, you'll listen with us. So, I mean, we've heard it one time, but we can kind of go back through this one together. Fire away, Brian.
Any courage coming out of New York or what's your balance? I mean, we played well in stretches. We played poor in stretches.
Agreed.
So I think just finding the ability to be consistent is what we're searching for, both individually and then collectively. But we don't take away any excitement in losing games.
Chris, when it comes to consistency individually and then collectively, do you need one before the other? Like, do you need individuals to be consistent before the collective can?
That's a great question. I think, it's all intertwined.
Yeah, we got to learn to play together.
I think as a coach, you want to be able to count on knowing what a player is going to bring to the table every night, and not having these highs and lows that your teammates aren't prepared for. That in order for us to win, can't happen. You have to be the same guy, every single night on the floor. Your effort, your communication, and quite honestly, your effectiveness. And we still have to get to the point where we value the little things that it takes to win games. And to me, that was probably the most glaring thing that came out of New York is down the stretch, those things weren't valued enough for us to close out games and win games and make it, on the first night, a one-possession game with a minute left to give ourselves a chance to win. And then being able to close out the game against Marquette, we didn't take care of those things. And it's not a matter of missing a shot.
Right. See, that goes back to there's no other excuses other than not taking care of the ball, not running your cut the full way. I mean, we're talking about a fatigue thing. We're talking about learning to play. Closing out a game is not hitting shots. Closing out a game is making a full V cut, like going all the way to the baseline and popping out. That's hard to do by the end of the game. Again, you're getting out on tape, but you don't know how to even run this offense tired. Repeat, they don't even know how to run this offense with fatigued legs. They don't know how to execute a full V cut with fatigued legs. You got to learn that, man. So like him talking about, being able to execute late is like I say, it's not the shot and it's not making a stop. It's doing all those other things that cost you every possession. Keep it rolling, Brian.
And it's not a matter of missing a shot. It's not a matter of the big picture things. It's a matter of an angle of a screen, remembering a play, going to the left side versus going to the right side. And when you value those things and you concentrate and you get those things done, the big things will happen.
Did Corey show you something in New York that maybe he hasn't shown you in practice? I mean, did he do anything to kind of catch your eye?
Coy played great for the most part. He had a couple errors in the second half of the Marquette game, but I thought Coy was a pleasant surprise for our team. It's tough for him physically to do it day in, day out because he's had so many surgeries, and it's just it's not in a way fair to ask him to get up and down the floor, like Malik Williams can or Steven Enoch. But if we can manage his practice minutes and how we use him in practice, and still have him prepared.
I don't know, man. He'll get
the
that
game.
Craig Farmer
and
treatment.
I think you saw in New York what he can be for our team at times because he has a poise about him that right now the other two need to gain.
Brian, with that poise thing, with that poise comment.
Yeah.
Wait, first before we get to that, come on, Coach. Don't listen. Every player on the planet will abuse you if you give him that good old, Coach, my knees ain't quite right today. And you're right.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, Mac, but I hope you're not saying that to him. Like, hey, Chris, hey, Coy, how you feeling today? Coach, it's the rain. But
I agree. Yeah,
I agree with what he said.
Yeah.
I just don't like hearing that out loud.
And Okoye's 24, not 57.
I know. I mean, hey, listen, look, people have surgeries every day. Like,
at 24 to 28, well, actually probably 24 to now.
Right.
I was like, I'm better at basketball than I've ever been.
You're late.
I'm sorry.
You're a late.
Yeah, I'm like, you learn the game. You're like,
right? He'll be fine.
Come on, man.
If he was on he was talking with one of the commentators about going overseas. If he was playing overseas, they would not be giving you the knee excuse days off thing.
And you're playing too well, man. Like,
I know,
dude. You got an opportunity.
I know. You came here to play.
Yeah, and right now, I'm playing you over Malik Williams.
You didn't come,
today.
Yeah, you didn't come here just to.
Yeah. So no.
And then where was poise.
Yep.
Hey, Ryan, you have to switch and cut off the big man during the screen and roll. He yelled. big time during that game. You remember that?
Coy, yeah.
Yeah, when
he told him, you have to switch. Or you have to help. That's what he said. He said, you have to help if you're going to switch.
But he said it loud and violently, right?
And Ryan said nothing.
But here's what I will say. He goes on to talk about the poise. It's time for Dwayne Sutton to start talking. A personal worst regret of mine is that same attitude that I say, dude, you can't score on your man. Like, I don't even want, like, you don't have to pass me the ball. If I get the, like, I kind of had the Iverson disease, just, I can score on my man.
Yeah.
You should be able to score on your man too.
Yeah.
Or if you can't score on your man, get off the floor and go get somebody that can. That's a stupid way to look at basketball, like in hindsight, kind of, you know. Marcus, everybody's not as good as you.
Yeah.
But I respect everybody else's games. So that's what made me believe in my teammates, you know. So
Sure.
I wasn't thinking that way out of selfishness.
Right.
But what I'm saying is the reason I told that story to put it in Dwayne Sutton terms. Listen, you're putting too much on the floor. You're too much of a leader. You're too much of a good player not to start snatching some collars, right? Like listen, everybody sees you as a dog. If you still see yourself as the transfer out of UNC Asheville, small school transfer guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shows on the court. They're never going to respect you like the other team. You're just going to be the workaholic guy.
Yeah.
This team is going to treat you like the workaholic guy, right? But if you think you can beat VJ King in a one-on-one game or Jordan Warrior in a one-on-one game, right? At some point, you got to start letting them know about it. You know? Like, no, you don't get, VJ, you don't get to cruise.
Right.
I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I'm a better basketball player than you. You're a McDonald's All-American. You have all this talent. You have all this ability. And I kick your rear end every single day. Dwayne, it's time to start saying, what are y'all, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, not in an aggressive. This goes back to Chris Mack saying they're a little too comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Like at some point, listen, a Dwayne can be able to hold somebody. Like there's something about all these guys that still have that underdog stuff with them. Malik, you're one spot out of being a McDonald's All-American, so you're still an underdog. Like you have the chip on your shoulder, but you also have the insecurity. Stephen Enoch, it didn't work. You got the insecurity of maybe I'm good. I know I'm good, but maybe there's something that's still not. Ryan McMahon, and Dick Vitale got you your scholarship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's still some. Christian Cunningham, you went to Stanford and had, but are you really, we see the talent on all these guys. The coach sees the talent on these guys, but Pegues has to say, dude, if I had 12% of what you got, VJ, I'd still be overseas right now playing in, or getting money, right?
Yes, no,
so,
I agree.
And to me, I think when I look at Dwayne Sutton, it's like, dude, if you don't let go of that crap, if you don't let go of that workhorse, you just scrappy. No, go be the best player out here tonight. You don't have to defer to everybody else on every play, defensively or offensively. You can go take the rebound from whoever. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I think that poise but assertiveness is going to have to come out of your better players.
Yeah.
Your Darius, who've been playing the best is what I'm saying. The better player.
Well, that's Darius, Jordan, and Enoch right now.
Enoch did not have a good tournament.
I thought he was good against Marquette. I thought against Tennessee he struggled, but I thought
high ceiling.
You almost give him a pass.
I'm giving him a high
Tennessee.
ceiling.
Because Tennessee is so good, and that. But
you're. I mean, he wasn't bad, but much more.
Well, I thought that they made an assertive effort to go into him early in the second half, and he didn't capitalize there.
That's what I'm saying. You let them off the hook too many times.
Yeah.
You didn't explode out of your moves. Okay, and I know the feeling. He got the shot he wanted, but he didn't put anybody in jail. you should be able to go get the bucket and the foul.
Sure.
Get the foul.
Yeah.
But get the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
But when you avoid the foul and just go look for the bucket, when you miss, it's like you're letting them off the hook.
Well, tonight against Goings and Ward, he's going to
have to explode into them.
But I mean, he does have a height advantage. I mean, you're looking at 6'7", 6'9".
Always does.
Yeah, between Ward and Goings. But I mean, this is going to be. I don't think they're as good as Tennessee down low, but they're not far apart.
Yeah, they have the same
play
mentality.
The similar style.
Yep.
And that's a game. That's going to be a guy I'm going to be watching tonight because against Tennessee, I think he would. Even Steve would tell you, he got pushed around a little bit, and he got foul trouble early. But I'll credit that to Tennessee. So we'll see.
Right.
You need to gain.
Ideally, how would you like to use them, and how many minutes? Just vary, or
It varies. I think how effective you are determines how long we keep you out there, and again, I think we're battling that with each and every guy. It's just the consistency, and so that's why you see some guys minutes one game a little bit higher, and then all of a sudden it dips down. It's because they're not as effective. And got to know as a coach what you can count on, game in, game out, and we're learning that.
On the Jordan 3, do you get any kind of explanation from the officials? What could have gone different there?
Had we known, we could have reviewed it before the play started after the next time out that was called, But we didn't, so we couldn't.
What had gone into his turnovers, or what did go into his turnovers in the one game, 7 or 8 turnovers? More?
Jordan, it's what I've talked about all preseason with Jordan. He's very talented, but he has to hone in on the little things that it takes to be an effective offensive player. It's not just a matter of making shots. And Jordan has never, to this point, shown that he values possessions, and he's getting better at that. He did a much better job against Marquette. But I've used the word casual with him in the past, and I think everybody wants to point to his defense, but I think that was a full display of when he's casual, when he opts to go in on a 1-on-3. I mean, I want him to be confident, but there's a difference between confidence and recklessness. And, like all young players, he has to learn through some tough experiences.
Chris, do you like the progress that he's making, in that department, or is it, and this may be a bad term, is it a little bit of a wrestling match for you to get him to believe?
No, I think he's coachable. Here's the thing. Whether he wants to believe or not, reality is he turned the ball over that many times. So, I don't think you need a coach to point to the stat sheet. And, he wants to be a really good player. I do see improvement. However, we need that improvement to be very rapid. Our best players. And he has to play like it each and every night.
Right there.
And,
Urgency on Jordan Wara. I need you to get better right now. I don't have time for you to go through an entire year of the growth curve. Does that make you? Does that worry you?
No, absolutely. I think that's right on cue. Because Coach Mack apparently believes this team can be better than he even thought. But the way they do that is they need one superstar. I think that superstar is Jordan Wara. I think he's got to
be
capable.
able to. Yeah, right. You got to be able to take advantage of your defender.
Yes.
In one spot.
Well, because he can. He can.
I think Darius can, and I think Jordan can at any given time on the court. Everybody else has to kind of force something. Gotta get good shots out of Wara, though. Yeah, Brian, keep rolling.
Wrestling match for you to get him to believe.
No, I think he's coachable. Here's the thing. Whether he wants to believe or not, reality is he turned the ball over that many times. So, I don't think you need a coach to point to the stat sheet. And, he wants to be a really good player. I do see improvement. However, we need that improvement to be very rapid because he's one of our best players. And he has to play like it each and every night. And, Again, I texted him last night and I said, hey, you're improving. You're getting better. But I need you to get even more better.
How does that video review happen? Is it with a coach and the player? Is it the player on themselves? Is it both? How do you do video review?
We have our assistant coaches, that sort of tied to position groups that meet with our players constantly. Go over a practice, go over a game, go over a future opponent. We also do it in team settings. If we feel like it's a common theme throughout our team, both in the things that we're doing well and the things that we're not doing as well. So really from all different angles.
When you do those video reviews, are they typically mostly positive, mostly negative, half and half? How do you do that?
I think that, just you show what you show. So, there's going to be some good. I think that you can get a lot out of a person if you show them you believe in them and you show them the things that they're doing well. Everybody loves to be praised. You all love to be praised, I love to be praised. Kids love to be praised. So if all you're doing is whipping them, then why do they want to come to practice? But I also think you have to be a truth teller and be able to show your guys what they're not doing well and what's holding them back and what's holding us back. And, that's what you use film for.
Chris, you want toughness to be the foundation of your program. How much are they going to have to be tough tomorrow night against the Michigan State team that's kind of their MO as well?
I mean, everything about Michigan State oozes toughness. I think, they've been the gold standard, one of the programs in college basketball that's consistently consistent. They're good every year. And, their identity is the same every year.
Easy with the
They're hard-nosed.
Coach.
They're going to play together. They're going to play with passion. And there's a toughness about them on both ends of the floor. And, we're trying to get to that point.
Do they take it and go as fast as just about anybody? I mean, even on a made basket, they
Yes.
grab it. I guess you've gotten that across to your players already.
I think, telling them ain't teaching them. I mean, they're going to learn tomorrow night. And we're going to try to simulate it as best we can in practice. But, God bless Will Rainey and Jacob Redding. They're not Cassius Winston and Josh Langford and Nick Ward running down the center. So they are one of the premier teams in the country when it comes to getting the ball out of the net and up the floor. And that's a huge key to the game, is to make sure that, they're trying to earn their points in the half court, versus getting them in one-on-0 situations.
Langford, of course, is a really good three-point shooter, but doesn't he do a little bit of everything for him?
Great player. Yeah, he's a great player. He's a phenomenal shooter, but he's not a one-trick pony. They put him in great situations. Coach Izzo runs really good stuff for him. And, again, the mark of a good team is you can't key on one or two guys and feel like if you do the job, you win. They have other good players around them, so it makes that job, equally tough.
Goins doesn't have very good height, but what makes him such a good rebounder?
Probably their practices and what they emphasize. Again, you can tell what a program hangs their hat on. When each and every year, Michigan State is known for their rebounding on both ends of the floor. So I'm sure it's drilled into them. And like all the past power forwards that I remember from Michigan State, they're not going to be guys that just hang around the three-point line and play soft.
Have you faced Izzo?
I thought you meant like me one-on-one. I have not.
You probably win that.
Yeah.
You're younger.
Yeah, I am. He prides himself on being a great free throw shooter, so I'd have to keep him off the line.
Hire the referee.
Yeah. No, I've never played against or coached against a Tom Izzo team.
Start three guards, but it appears, at least in their starters, they have a little size advantage on you. How do you go about determining which aspect to overplay, as it were?
Well, I think, for us, it starts with gaining an understanding of what each of their players like to do. So our players understand their personnel. When you're in league, it's a little bit easier because you see these guys a little bit more often. But the size we're not going to be able to combat. You know, if the guy's got 2 or 3 inches, he just has 2 or 3 inches. But, you know, knowing where he likes to get his shots, you know, where he's best served, you know, which hand he prefers, you know, keys in terms of if they run a set play, do they give it away because there's a catch at the elbow?
Yeah, we've been bigger
there's
than a lot of
dribble out,
teams.
and those things, you know, without circuit overload to your guys, those are things that, you know, hopefully can put your guys in a decent position so that they can understand what's coming.
Can you be as aggressive with a team that has as many ball handlers defensively?
We need to be aggressive. We need to be aggressive. And a lot of times their ball handlers, Tim, are getting freed by their bigs, you know, setting screens on the perimeter. And we have to do a good job to, you know, to make those ball screens tough to manage. And if we don't, then they're going to get in the lane. They're going to find another good player. So we have to do as good of a job as we can in pick and roll coverage. He's learning. I mean, he's so much better than he was when we first got here. You know, and again, I think when you look at Darius, you see so much talent that you want him to be, you know, overwhelmingly good. But it's baby steps with him. You know, I think he's always been a guy that sometimes relishes flash over substance. And, you know, I'm trying to teach him that substance wins games, that boring wins games, that the little things,
2.5 minutes,
when they're executed, win games. And he's come a long, long way in that regard. And so I'm proud of him, but he has a long way to go for us to, you know, to be consistently good. And we need him to be.
What are your expectations for CC, and what are kind of general game instructions for him on most games?
I thought CC played a whale of a game against Marquette. I think he did a terrific job of being aggressive, but at the same time, you know, not being reckless. You know, he should be a table setter, a guy that can get in the lane. And again, if they're not going to honor him with a second defender, he's got to be able to be respected and score the ball for us. Defensively, I thought he was locked in. He was chasing Marcus Howard. I thought he did a really good job on both ends of the floor. So what you saw out of CC against Marquette is you know, when I watch them on tape, I think they do a great job of really sloughing off and keeping the lane tight. So we're going to have ball movement, and we're going to have to be able to generate good shots and try to get them to move rather than for their man-to-man to look like a zone because of us being stagnant. And that's something that we've tried to hone in here really all preseason, but it's going to be, you know, especially important tomorrow night.
What's your understanding of how much an offensive player can use his offhand? Is that a point of emphasis? Is that anything?
Apparently not.
How much can they use? I mean, are you going to tell your guys to use it?
No. When you push off, they generally call a foul.
Is there anything that you will do going forward to manage or to make sure that you get credit for three-point shots?
Yeah, we're gonna, you know, have a manager in the back and you know, watching it live. You know, unfortunately, like ESPN didn't replay it until, you know, it was too late. So we're gonna have to have somebody that you know can watch, and then as soon as they find out, they can sprint out and tell us before the next timeout. But you know, it's tough. That play didn't win or lose the game. I know everybody says we would have won by 1, but you know, the game would have been played differently. Having said that, do I wish they would have got it right? Sure. But you know, I've been coaching. This is my 10th year as a head coach, and that's the only time that you know, that's happened. So you know, I'm not going to act like that. That's something that we see, you know, on the regular.
But this is a new development. You're going to have a manager watch. You hadn't done that previously?
I had, but I was at a different place previously.
8 out of 10 Americans feel it's okay to re-gift. Prevent re-gifting with wash books from Mike's Car Wash at all Mike's locations or online. Plus, buy 4 washes and get 3 free on our Ultimate and Works wash books. A Mike's Wash Book is the practical way to say Merry Christmas.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by UPS Jobs. Graduate debt-free. Apply today at upsjobs.com. The Louisville men's basketball team prepares for its matchup tonight against number 9 Michigan State at the KFC Yum Center. The Spartans open as a 5-point favorite in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. And Coach Mack met with the media yesterday, and he talked about the team's need for more consistency.
I think as a coach, you want to be able to count on knowing what a player is going to bring to the table every night, and not having these highs and lows that your teammates aren't prepared for. That in order for us to win, can't happen. You have to be the same guy, every single night on the floor.
The Cards and the Spartans are set to tip off tonight at 7:30, but be sure to catch all our pregame coverage right here on 93.9 The Ville, leading you all the way up to game time and immediately following the game for the postgame show. The search for the new Louisville football head coach continues, and it is still rumored that Purdue head coach Jeff Brohm is the top choice of the Cards, but some people like the Courier's Tim Sullivan think that as time goes on, there's more doubt raising.
Well, I think that with each day that goes by, I'm a little less confident that Brohm is going to be the guy. But I think money is a factor, but I don't know that it's the decisive factor. To me, the question is, does he want to leave a rebuilding job that has advanced pretty dramatically in 2 years to take on another one?
But there's some people like former Louisville head coach Howard Schnellenberger who think that there's still a good chance Brohm comes.
Well, I think there's a great chance of that happening because of the success he's had up there, but more importantly, the success he had as a player at high school and at the University of Louisville. I'm sure he's going to give it a lot of thought. But it's hard to leave a place where it was down so bad before he got there. And now he's right at it. They're in the Big Ten Conference, and that's a higher conference than Louisville, and so it's going to be a hard choice for him.
The number 5 ranked Louisville women's basketball team pulled off a 95-73 win over Miami, Ohio last night. The Cards were led by Kylie Shook with 17 points and 6 rebounds, and Asia Deer had 16 points and 7 rebounds. Up next for the Cards is another home game against Nebraska on Thursday at 7 p.m. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
The first ever Black Friday sale is on at Genesis Diamonds with 5 years, 0 interest financing now available on anything and everything. Now for a limited time, you can get that special piece of holiday jewelry, get the guaranteed best price, and spread your payments over 5 years without a dime in interest and nothing down. And the selection at Genesis has never been better. From $250 to $500,000. We have the gifts women love. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants in stock and ready to go. How about a $5,000 pair of gorgeous diamond stud or diamond hoop earrings? Yours for just $85 a month. Or a $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $50 a month. Make this her best Christmas ever. Shop early and shop smart by taking advantage of this aggressive financing offer. 5 years, 0 interest with 0 down. And yes, everything's included, even all GIA certified diamond engagement rings, as well as all Swiss timepieces. But hurry, this amazing offer ends soon and will not be extended. Genesis Diamonds, open Sundays now till Christmas. Shelbyville Road Plaza. On approved credit, see store for details.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888, 502-888-8888.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
Ho, ho, ho! There's something new for your family to see, so come take a journey with me. Experience Lights Under Louisville in a whole new way. Now you can see the magic of Christmas during the day.
For the first time, you can take a 30-minute daytime drive through Lights Under Louisville in an open-top trailer. Your magical journey will take you to our winter wonderland, where we'll serve milk and cookies to you and the kids. For more about the all-new Christmas Express, go to lightsunderlouisville.com.
Chances are you've recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy, do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, Tom, was that a touchdown? Did he get in?
No, it was a little short of the goal line.
So, speaking of coming up short, I've been having some trouble getting a touchdown in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. I think I've got erectile dysfunction.
Don't sweat it, man. Did you know that more than half the men by the age of 50 suffer from ED? In fact, I suffered for years, and I'm not even 50.
Oh, really? But you seem to be fine with it.
I wasn't at all, so I called the Louisville Men's Clinic and set up my confidential appointment. You know they've successfully treated 20,000 ED patients? I've been going to the Louisville Men's Clinic for years. Whoa, that was a nice tackle. You know, Dave, maybe it's time for you to tackle that ED.
Man, you're right. I'm going to call the Louisville Men's Clinic and tackle my ED.
Smart move, buddy.
Get back in the game today. Call the Louisville Men's Clinic at 502-444-4000. That's 444-4000 or LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com. Your visit is only $99 and you can see results same day. Don't forget to ask about the revolutionary Pulse ED therapy. Call 444-4000.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and...
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, we are made for the Ville. The YouTube channel is rolling along. People, thecrowdsline.com/DFH. If you don't take advantage of the opportunity while the numbers are still reasonably low of participants, all you have to do is be a little close on the money for picking games. There's 5 games to choose from. It's the Maben 5 Pick'em Challenge, or the Maben 5 Challenge. Go to thecrowdsline.com. $100 Amazon gift cards. Do you know how many loose gifts you can take care of with a $100 Amazon gift card? $50 Amazon gift cards, $25 Amazon gift cards. Just go to thecrowdsline.com/DFH. Pick the scores for 5 games, win Amazon gift cards. It does not get any simpler than that. Something else very, very simple from me to you. My gift from me. Brian, did we ever get. I know I got the thank you. I got the thank you post on Facebook for the guy who got our down one bourbon thing.
Down one bourbon bar.
Yeah, has he used it yet?
I don't know if he has. I don't know how we track it. I guess he picked it up, like you said, because he sent the thank you. But I put it in the gift basket out there. I guess he came by either one night or something. I wasn't here.
Somebody did.
Did somebody sneak off with it?
I hope somebody has a good down one bourbon bar experience.
Yeah. Well, I hope if he's listening, let us know about it. Let us know what you plan to do.
Scott was his name.
Scott. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let us know about it. I'm sure I could have looked it up on my Facebook.
It's all good.
But you get the point. Listen,
at least we hope it's Scott.
There will be a giveaway tonight. I think we're going to do the hashtag Team 105 again tonight, but you need to be tuned in. Again, we will be at Al J's. We will be going on air at 6 o'clock just to make it up, just to give you back one. And I feel so bad because I keep bringing Ennis into it.
Yes.
But you get the point, people. We're going to simulcast both, and we might go full on Homer. Just full on Homer on both stations. No, actually, we'll give it really
Taking
good.
it back.
We'll give a great pregame show and postgame show.
Listen, we
got to talk about this.
Can we finally talk about this Brohm thing?
Yeah,
we have talked enough.
People, there's
everything.
It's about to get messy. I mean, the words like messy and petty. We're gonna call this rumor mongering, but it's some reports to it. Okay, Steven, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, everybody we know is kind of on pins and needles. I think everybody believes we'll hear some probably today, one way or the other.
Stop it, Steve.
I think you will. I think you'll hear
You've been
something
saying
today.
that for 2 weeks.
No. I think you'll hear something today.
And LeBron, get that reaction at the 30. He was like, no. Okay, I'm listening.
So, football scoop. We know that there's negotiations, but we do know that. We know that there's negotiations been going on back and forth. There's rumors of turn down offers, of low ball offers, of high asking prices, of all that stuff.
All regular run-of-the-mill negotiating.
Football scoop, who's usually pretty solid on.
Mark Ennis actually knows the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I didn't know that until 3 minutes ago.
No, Mark Ennis plugged in. Says sources tell Football Scoop that Brohm, through his agent, put a chip on the table in discussions with Louisville about their opening. Brohm wants years and dollars with what they see as a process that will take time to rebuild.
Of course.
The ask, we're told, is meaningful, but not what anyone in major college football these days would consider over the top. Thus far, Louisville's side has maintained there are other viable options who would accept less and that Brohm should be, quote, more reasonable.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
So, now.
It's getting interesting.
That's an interesting.
Leaks are always interesting during the negotiation process.
That's an interesting leak there from somebody's side.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's assume it's from both sides.
No, I would assume it's from Brohm's side, because I think that kind of puts a little pressure on Louisville. Says that that leak says Brohm's being somewhat reasonable with what he's asking for, and Louisville's saying, no, we're set here. We have other dudes that we feel like are just as good. You got a day or two. Let us know something. No. I think you'll hear something today. I mean, it's a fact, though. I don't know. That's an interesting leak, man, because I think that puts a little pressure on Vince. Because if this deal was to not get done after reports like that come out, that report makes it sound like, now whether I disagree or agree with this, that report makes it sound like Louisville's just saying, no, we're not willing to pay to get a coach. That was one thing people were freaking out about when Tom was let go. Will they pay to get coaches? Will they pay?
That's the number one freak out. Like, nobody wants to hear this fiscally responsible stuff when it comes to football and basketball. That's a fact.
And this kind of is the first time that makes it sound like, I don't know if they're willing yet. Now, it could be negotiation tactics at the end of the day, Vince. I think they will get it done, but that's a new twist, man.
So what do you think?
Oh, I mean, I think they'll get it done. I think at the end of the day, you're going to have to. Now, here's the deal with me.
Yeah, and I mean repercussions to what we're hearing.
Oh, I think it's going to be Vince is going to have to, if he don't get it done now.
Are you going all in like his whole legacy's on the line?
No, I don't think that, because I think if you hire another coach, that if they're good, then you say, oh, okay, he knew what he was doing. But he's going to have thick skin, which I think he probably does. But with that report coming out, you don't get it done, people are going to.
If he does not get Jeff Brohm, he has to come to this show first.
I'd imagine so. I would imagine
he would
so.
have to come to this show first.
Listen.
What do you think, Brian? He comes to this show hands down.
Definitely, 100%.
For me, I think you go ahead and you pay him. I think that he's a guy that with what the fit and his ability and what he can do, what we feel like he can do, recruiting wise, I think you go ahead and make the move.
Okay, would you make him the second highest paid coach in the ACC?
No, heck no. I don't know, maybe.
Still got to have a staff. What did we learn this year? Staff matters.
Yeah.
So if I got to pay him all that, and then he starts demanding staff money, and this is all hypothetical now, people. This is not rumor mongering. Like, you got to be careful with that, because staff. We learned this year more than any other year in our lives. Staff matters a lot more than the head coach was previously believed to.
Right. What's texters? We got a few texts there. So, we've heard numbers, but for me, I think there's a candidate behind him that I think's good enough. Not good enough. I think is really good.
Right.
That I don't worry about
It's just as good of a risk without the family attachment.
Well, and a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to the imagination.
Nice recruiting base.
Really good. I like him. I like him a lot.
Very good recruiting base.
But I still think if you're Vince, you go ahead and go ahead and get it done, man. I think you go. I think now.
I mean,
but
I don't want to separate the go ahead and get it done with. Okay, we need to know.
But does Vince say with this league? Does he say no? Maybe he digs in more. Maybe he digs in more now.
Yeah, because he can control the PR battle on this end.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, you're about to learn a lot about Vince and different ones, but I mean, if he digs in more,
it's one of those things. If he digs in, boy, he better hope Mack has a good basketball season.
Yeah,
so he can take. But
and yeah, I mean, and look immediately. Look, Brohm's
you're gonna drive everybody crazy with your who's the guy behind.
I know.
Are you ready to say it?
No, Brohm.
Steve, it's time.
No. Not.
It's time.
That's not. Brohm.
It's time, Steve.
It's not time. Brohm will.
How many times did we do that?
Have a good season. No, it's not any big names.
Texter, who do you think it is behind Jeff Brohm?
Well, it's who I think would definitely get the job, and I like it. I like it. But I think the Brohm thing's going to get done, so that's why.
First things first.
Yeah, I think Brohm is going to get done. I think.
You know what else too? I don't like saying the other name.
Yeah.
Because now it's like when you put Villanova, Jay Wright. Once you put Jay Wright behind Chris Mack, then it was like, oh, we could have had Chris Mack, and it's like, no, dude, we didn't know if we could have had Jay Wright. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't even want that game being played where you spend the next 3 months of your life or 3 years eyeballing some other side piece football coach, then talking about we should have got him.
Yes.
We should be doing what they're doing down there. Let me get to this phone line. Let me get to the Ed Scorn Collision Center hotline Kevin, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man.
Yo, what's up? Hey, it sounds like the coming off of the Petrino thing, like everybody was, hindsight looking at saying that's a terrible deal that George made with Petrino and the fact that we had to pay him $14 million to go away and stuff like that. And reading that article that you guys are talking about, it sounds like where the hang up is the number of years and the money, and thinking it's going to be a longer rebuilding job, but they want more of a guarantee in terms of years. And Louisville doesn't want to do a long-term thing where you get into a situation where if it does go off the rails in 5 years, where you got to pay a guy a bunch of money to go away. I think that past contract with Petrino and Jurich is what's fueling a lot of this.
Right. No, listen, I appreciate the call. Listen, this is what it was gonna be. This is what the negotiation was gonna be from the beginning.
Yep.
This is why I spent yesterday yelling and preaching and screaming about every team that comes, or every new coach that comes in starts talking about how crappy this team is, how crappy the players are.
Real quick, we got a little bit of breaking news.
I'm listening.
There are multiple reports confirmed now that Jeff Brohm and Vince Tyree are meeting as we speak right now.
Interesting.
Confirmed
Okay.
reports.
You know
All right,
what?
all right.
You know what?
Okay.
Jason, I'm glad you did that.
Jason,
thank you, Jason.
We needed that, Jason.
I was mad at you for kicking me out on the Bobby Petrino fire, and now we're good.
Yeah.
Now we're straight.
Appreciate that, Jason.
See, now,
Interesting.
listen, now I can't do my conspiracy theories anymore that they're trying to
So if
to blackball me.
Yeah. So okay. Well, let's take what Jason Anderson just said.
They're meeting right now. He was just stealing. He was just trying to steal my shine on.
I'm fine with that. Well, here's the deal. But here's the thing. If they're meeting right now,
you can't go back to.
Well, no. It's one of the two. You know tonight whether he's the coach or not.
Right.
If they're because we know pretty much.
Are they like following his passenger manifest and stuff? My God.
Enough people know him around here, dude. This is the thing.
I know. Do you live near him or something? Do you live near his people or something? You can be connected.
Maybe. So, but the point is, we know they've talked before in the last few days through an agent, through something, but they've communicated back and forth.
Intermediaries.
If those two are meeting today, we know in a couple hours.
What do you think about Dan Dockett?
Guys, I told you when the show started this was going to be a really good day.
I know.
What do you think about Dan?
It's not a good day yet. We
Dan
don't know yet.
Dockett's going to try to break the news on our basketball game.
I'm okay with that.
Our very own Mark Ennis now is confirming it is 100% meeting right now.
100% meeting right now.
Got a bug in the room?
They're walking into a room as we speak.
Interesting.
You can't go back to Purdue after your meeting with
No,
Vince
no,
Tyree.
we know today.
It's believed to be in Indianapolis.
Okay, that's fair. Well, we know today then. We know today. You know one way or the other. If you're meeting today, we know today whether he's taking the job or not. So there you go. If they're meeting, because if they've talked to an agent before,
that
and
means
now
they were already ahead of the game.
Right. And what Mark and Jason are saying now is they are face to face meeting together.
We are reporting on 93.9 The Ville. Middays with Marcus Maben is confirming after Jason Anderson and Mark Ennis confirmed. Marcus Maben is confirming they are meeting in a room right now. Vince Tyree and incumbent Louisville head coach Jeff Brohm. I'm just talking about the vibe. You don't go into that meeting, look face to face, and amicably, I just think the Purdue thing was right for me. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Close the deal.
Well, I think they will. I think that if you today are getting a face-to-face meeting between Jeff Brohm and Vince Tyree, this is the meeting where you get an answer.
Brian.
I mean, would that
Brian,
be fair?
Get my music ready. I don't care what you say, Steve. I don't care what you say. You're not going to stop me from doing this.
Okay.
Brian, get it ready.
So,
Brian, get my music ready.
No matter what, that money on my mind, I can never get enough. Every time I step up in the building.
Good job. Go ahead and close that deal, Vince. You got him in the room. Don't come out that room without that win. Come on. Close that deal, baby. Okay, we can't go all the way with that. We can't go all the way with that one. We can't, but I haven't got a chance to play that in a while. I'm glad you knew exactly what to go to. Let me get to the phone lines. Dan, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. Fire away.
Hey, one simple question, and I guess I should know this, but I don't. Where is Jeff's wife from?
I don't know either.
Yeah, no idea.
All right, more information, guys.
Okay,
all right.
More information coming down.
Appreciate the call.
Sorry about that, guy. It is, hey, guy. Sorry about that, fella.
Right.
Champ.
Sorry.
It is now believed that they are in a room, and that room and meeting is to hammer out the deal. And essentially, they will leave that room with Brohm being the Purdue head coach or the Louisville head coach.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we were just speculating on. I feel like that if you meet today, you get your answer. That's what this. I'm glad that Jason come back and said that, because that's what we were just talking about. I feel like that if you've talked through
intermediary, third party,
that top text. I understand.
Tell me.
So
I ain't in no rush.
Yeah. I don't know if we can go anywhere on that one. We have to get approval for that, though. We got to get approval.
Do we?
But no, I think that is what happens is you're in that room and you say, look, let's hammer it out, man, and let's see what's going on. So, Brian, go back there and ask him if we got to go off the air at noon.
No, don't ask him that.
Ask him.
No. We're good. You crazy?
All right. Steve, I said to ask.
Steve,
I would expect this to take a while.
What you think this is, Steve?
93.9 The Ville.
Yeah. I'll make an executive decision here, okay?
All right, go for it then. Hey, I go through the bosses,
I
man.
thought this was middays with Marcus Maven here.
Well,
we just talked about negotiation. You got to pull some strings sometimes.
I got to go over to Penn Station and give me a drink now. I ain't going nowhere.
What are we talking about here? Okay, so what are the odds that they leave that room with the hammered out details?
Well, it's 100%. It's 100%.
The hammered out Louisville details.
Yeah, they're gonna get it done. I'm sorry, I just don't think that Vince has this meeting.
I don't think Brohm takes a face-to-face meeting on a Tuesday morning.
He wants it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't take a face-to-face meeting on a Tuesday morning, because the fact is, now Purdue has to raise his price by $2 million to get him back at Purdue.
Yes.
Like I'm telling you right now, the level of outrage that this thing is out. Vince is in the room with you, and you just say it. There's no excuse. Put it this way.
Yeah.
There's no excuse a Brohm could give that really says, I really wanted it, but once you get into the room. If it was something about Purdue, if it was something about like the rumors we heard, the player, what's his name, Rondell Moore.
Yes.
If it was about your affinity for Rondell Moore, you would not be in this room with Vince Tyree.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that, because see, is what it is if you're in a meeting where you've taken this meeting today, you've already heard what Purdue has to offer.
Right.
You've heard what you know what you have coming in. You know what, and I think at the end of the day is what's happening is Louisville is a job he wants. That's the job he wants to take. He doesn't want to stay at
And this is
Purdue.
not bullying going on right now.
No.
Like you know how it's leaked information is when you want to raise the price. You know, like rumors and stories are when you want to raise the price. This seems a lot more, organized.
Yes. And I think that is what's happening is you're going to have them come out. And I think that Jeff is in there in a posture that is something along the lines of, Vince, come on, man. I want it. Like, but I need this. This is what you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't think that this is a posture where it's Jeff saying, contrary to popular belief, to people in Purdue, where Jeff's saying, I got the job I want. I don't think it's the case, man.
Right. So see, and this is me reading in between the lines. When you take that meeting, you don't go back to the place you're at because you've lost. Like, not in my opinion, Steve, but in what we've become in the media, you know how that plays.
Again, real quick, if you're just tuning in, a lot of new people.
We are made for the Ville.
Yes, at Jeff Brohm, Vince Tyree
are meeting as we speak.
Yeah, according to multiple sources, including our own Jason Anderson, Mark Ennis, are meeting as we speak to hammer out details on whether he will take the Louisville or the Purdue
We
job.
are made for the Ville. It's a YouTube channel. Tune in right now. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it. Share it. Share the. Could you go to your Facebook and Twitter? Share it. Brian Hall. Could you share the Facebook or the Twitter link? Just back to my original point. What I'm saying is, I don't want to say tainted, right?
Yeah.
But there's an impression that once you meet, it's like Steve, once you and so go on a split, right?
Yeah.
A mutual split, the relationship is tainted. Even if y'all decide, I want to come back together, I want to work things out. No, because I don't know what you did on this split.
No, yeah, you never.
Whoever even asks for the split.
Yeah.
You can never go, I remember when you wanted to.
Right.
Go mutual separation.
Yes.
I didn't want to. Right?
Yeah.
Me talking to Louisville face to face, not just agent. Because Purdue knows you can send your agent to do all that. Like if it was really just about the numbers and the money and things like that, you could send your agent to talk all day long. You're having a meeting in Indianapolis with the athletic director.
It's like when Bobby met with Auburn. Things were never the same after that.
Right.
Yeah, things were never the same after that. We know that.
And we try to give everybody has to listen. Everybody owes it to themselves. They owe it to their university. I mean, you owe it to your family, your own family. If there's $2 million more on the table from somebody else, you owe it to your grandkids to go listen, right? If that would change your financial situation.
No, I tend to agree. And you got to think that, I mean, if he's in a room with Brian, what do you think? Jeff, we got to go.
We got to go.
I mean, if you're in those places, you say, we've got to go. We've got to make this happen.
And according to reports, you're saying, okay, this is going to be a rebuilding job. I'm going to need at least one senior class before I can even be held accountable. Vince Tyree is saying,
I don't think he believes that rebuilding job is tough, but
that's exactly the point I'm making. If a coach is in there with Vince Tyree, he's telling Vince Tyree, you are the worst team in the last 50 years. You are the
right.
You are the worst defensive team in the FBS in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
I am coming to that meeting with Vince Tyree with actual video of this.
Yeah.
Look how bad your team is. If I have to, you can give me the best defense in the world or the best defensive coach in the world, and I'm not going to be able to win with that team.
Yes.
I need another $1 million.
Yeah.
For a coach, a staff.
No, I think so. I think that's what you're seeing there it's look, I don't think that necessarily that's the rebuild time frame.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you it is 100%.
Right. And I'm telling you, Vince Tyree is also saying, okay, the playmaker, like, not that they're talking football, but here's the thing. You remember when Vince went on air talking about the Coach Petrino firing? You remember listening to him discuss football, discuss leverage, discuss plays, discuss detail, discuss athletic mind?
Yeah.
That is the closer in him that makes that. That's the reason I felt comfortable not even worrying about jinxing by playing the win music. Like, I do think this dude can close a relationship deal. I can appeal. Like, okay, this is Jeff, and you know your relationship with the previous AD. If you leave this room, we'll go back to that one.
Yes, I was going to say, that's a good point.
The relationship of the Brohms and the Jurich regime, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
It went rocky and went rockier.
Oh, it was bad.
And never got back. Think about that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Your dream job, and you're almost like mortal enemies, and maybe I'm saying this a little hyperbole for effect. You are in a beef with Jurich, a 10-year beef or whatever, right? You know that if Vince says, hey, you have to take this 5, I can sell this 5 to my fan base.
Yeah.
But I can't sell 6 to the fan base. I can't sell $6 million, second highest paid coach in Brohm, who just went, whatever your record was, and then have this money for a staff, right? You're gonna have to work with me for a 3-year contract, and then on the back end of the 3, I'll get you some extra years, right? But here's the thing. You're going to have to give me that, because if you say no to giving me that wiggle room right now,
yeah,
you risk having another athletic director at the University of Louisville who's going to be here 20 more years, who you'll never get back in this door. I mean, not that I'm saying it's going to play out like that, but you understand the Jurich sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Would make you more likely to give wiggle room.
If you're Jeff Brohm, I mean, I think there was a point in time where you thought
and you want to see your kid to Trinity.
Well, yeah, but you thought that the Louisville job was never an option.
That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, because you thought, okay, with Tom here, Tom's going to obviously hand it off to Mark. I mean, it's what we all thought. It's what we all thought, what we all knew. So the Louisville job was never really an option. And now it's staring you right in the face with all the upgrades.
And we'll relive the it's so bad you didn't even make the tournament, David Padgett. Rebuilding job. Everybody thinks you'll never be able to recruit. 3 months later, no more recruiting classes. I mean, I hate to keep on making the basketball comparison, but it's almost apples to apples.
Yes, but if you're Jeff Brohm,
is he going to win? Is Jeff Brohm going to win Coach of the Year in Big Ten?
No.
Have they already announced it?
No, they haven't.
Who is Northwestern?
Probably. I think
if
so.
If he gets boat raced, it'll be Jeff Brohm. He'll finish second.
Yeah, he'll finish top 3, I think. I mean,
but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just making that example.
Yeah,
you get the hot Coach of the Year candidate moving forward.
Yeah. So, but as what I'm saying is, you thought at a point you never had a shot. Then now you're in a room where you're basically looking and saying, if I don't
is
take
it worth $500,000 here?
I know.
Is it worth $1 million? The $1 million we're going to have to pay to get you out of your contract early instead of waiting on December 5th?
And I think Vince is banking on that. I think Vince is banking on, can you look me in the face with the job you know you want and look at me and say no, knowing you'll never get it again.
Because of $750,000.
Because this is it. Vince is looking at it saying, look, we're not far apart in age. Our careers are going to go along together.
Skyrocketing in here, yeah.
And when I retire, it's going to be about time you retire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you're not getting this job ever again.
Not to mention, it's not personal like a deadline personal, but what it says is, Brohm, you're going to have to return to Purdue with a bad taste, right?
Yeah.
And another thing, if I'm Vince Tyree, do you know what I'm going to look like if I have to go back to the city of Louisville without you signed?
Yeah.
Do you know what my life is going to be like when I have to go back to Louisville if we're arguing over $1 million, right? It's going to be bad.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, Jeff, is I'm going to throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not actually going to throw you under the bus, but you get the point. I don't think Vince Tyree, I don't think his competitive spirit, his ego is going to want to come back without this deal in the works. I don't think he's going to want to, of course he's not going to want to, have to explain the details of why the deal didn't get done. Just the utterance of, we didn't agree at, it doesn't matter what he says, right?
Yeah.
Brohm, well, I was listening, but we didn't agree. Every word that Brohm says back to the Purdue people from this point on is going to be like, dude, you just didn't get enough money, but you wanted out of here.
Yeah.
Brohm can't have another year with 6 wins.
No, no, because next year the expectation there is going to be probably win that division.
Yes, I mean, listen, they'll do Stoops the same way. Like you can't go back to 5 and 6. You're done.
Yeah.
Once you crack that 9 and get everybody sniffing playoffs and having how long ago was Kentucky talking about shot at the playoffs?
Oh, I know.
I mean, I'll bring that up because Purdue was.
Oh yeah,
you beat Ohio State. You're eyeballing. You're not worried about that Northwestern win. 3 losses later.
Here's what I think. I think that my opinion is, I think they'll get it done. Will he be at the game tonight? I don't know. I don't know that.
It's not that far of a drive, Steve.
It's not, but
he will be over to the House with us.
I mean, maybe. But I also think
I would never let him near him.
He's probably going to want to talk to his team and and all that, everything there. And this stuff takes a while. Look,
right.
I mean, this stuff's going to take a few hours. I mean, if they were just going into a meeting, this thing probably won't get done till well after we're out here. So I mean, like, this is something that takes time. They don't just go in and go, all right, well, what we got here?
Listen, we're hoping we'll be able to talk about it on a pregame show a little bit.
I think you will.
Because we'll turn the postgame to pregame into another radio show.
Sure.
As easy as anything. But you should definitely stay tuned in. ESPN 680, 939 The Ville, ESPN Louisville in general.
We'll talk to Jason. We'll probably be simulcasting Bob.
Okay.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. Is he rolling now? Has he got the ball rolling?
Yeah, he's on. But I meant once you guys decide to go, we'll probably.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to probably get ready because I mean, like I said, I think this is a thing that will. But I thought we have to do justice and stick around for a little bit just to kind of. You can't just drop that bomb and then say, all right, well, there you go. But now just to kind of talk to people, that's what we feel. I feel like that this will take
939 is the number, 3831-939. If you want to get a call, if you want to get a best case scenario, worst case scenario, we still got a few minutes. We're rolling along. We're not like, in complete bailout mode. Again, tell everybody we are on the YouTube live right now at We Are Made for the Ville. Just kind of cleaning up the breaking news for people who kind of joined late. Vince Tyree, Jeff Brohm actually in a room together. It's confirmed. They are meeting. I do not, me personally, it would be an upset of monumental proportions. Can we get that phone in there? Upset of monumental proportions.
Yeah. Yeah, if he doesn't get the job or if he doesn't take the job.
If they walk out without a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think that that's a good way to put it. But again, I just think that the meetings, I don't want to sound like that some of these meetings take
30
minutes.
They're catered food.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, this is going to be something.
What's the celebration drink? Patron?
I don't know.
They're going to have to drink something together.
I wonder if Vince wore tearaway pants with the thigh-high shorts.
Why would you? See, now you're going to start talking about getting naked and all that other stuff Steve tends to go to. Let me get to the Bill Edscorns and Sons Collision Center in bonus coverage. Dana, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. I'm just getting back from a meeting, and then you guys are with all this breaking news, and I've gone on websites. I think has anybody seen him? Has anybody,
Yes, they're confirming that they're in a meeting together right now. It's been confirmed. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. At this point, I don't care what happens. I hope it is somebody that can go forward. But the way this fan base has been about Jeff Brohm, if he does not become the head coach of Louisville, we're going to have to be on bridge watch. Because these people are going nuts. On Facebook, it's almost like Jeff Brohm a bust. And I understand that's who we want because he's a native son and all of that kind of stuff. A good Trinity boy, I get all of that. But if he doesn't end up coming, guys, there are other good coaches that are out there. So if this doesn't happen, because your co-host there is almost like, well, hell, if Vince can't get it done, to hell with it. I'm like, that's almost the attitude a lot of people are taking, and we shouldn't take that attitude. If it doesn't happen, it just wasn't meant to be right now. I hope it does for Louisville fans' sake, because this is just getting crazy.
No,
you guys have a good one, man.
No, listen, I appreciate the call. There's a saying I always hear on Colin Coward. He said, "A person is smart, people are stupid." When you want to talk about mob mentality, You can say, yeah, the mob will turn on will eat its children. But when you say a person and have a conversation with an individual person, it's like, oh, we didn't get Brohm. Who's next?
Yeah.
A person individually is who's next. The mob is Twitter. The mob is Facebook. The mob is social media. The mob is because listen, I'm as guilty as anybody. When Brohm does something, and I come up with some funny meme, you know what I'm saying? It gets 100,000. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, at Maber939. When you do a meme, like I'll do a welcome home Brohm meme, and when he gets busted by somebody else, I'll do the can't sit here, Forrest Gump, Jenny, bust thing.
Absolutely.
Right? But they're all mob funny, right? But individually, you listen to, Steve and I on a conversational basis, we can give you our opinion. I could say Brohm has flaws and Brohm has awesome qualities. Brohm in a timing department, it couldn't be better. Brohm in a defensive conversation, I worry. Other candidates, I worry about, about their connection to the university. So having this conversation is always pros and cons. It's not just, when you say fan base, you have to stick general. You can't say fan base and panic on the individual.
Sure, I think it's fair,
right? Because they don't panic as a mob. They panic, or individually. There's no panic.
And I think that a lot of it, man, is just that the fit is so good.
Right.
I think people
you would hate to lose that time.
And it's felt like a sure thing. I think that's the other thing. It's felt like such a sure when you were
Chris Mack spoiled it.
Yes, because you knew Chris Mack was everything
you wanted,
humanly possible to a sure thing. And as what happened was you watched his team, number 1 seed. You watched him lose in the tournament. 2 weeks later,
he was the coach.
He's at a podium. You said, oh, wow, he really was a sure thing. Brohm, I think, was kind of the same feeling you said all year. Well, if they don't get it done, we know we got Brohm. Brahm's beating Ohio State. We're cheering like Purdue fans because we're like, that's our coach.
Our TV ratings are better than West Lafayette over Ohio State. Like Louisville had better ratings.
Yes, and it felt like a sure thing. And I think that a lot of us, just 3 days felt like a long time. I thought we should be done by now.
What a spoiled,
I know.
What a spoiled little fan base we have become. My God. Michael, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I just want to say I enjoy the show, and I want to say that my cousin, Derek Sermonis, you were his favorite player back when you played, and you're his favorite player all time, Marcus.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. I just want to say that he's not leaving that room. Brohm ain't leaving that room without being the Louisville head coach. He's not letting him go back to Purdue. If he does, that's a mistake. I'm a Florida State fan. I wasn't crazy about the Willie Taggart hire, but I got an opportunity to meet the man. He came to little old Brandenburg, Kentucky, back in March, I believe it was, and I got to talk to him, and it was just an awesome experience getting to talk to a man who loves the school I love as much as me. So to get Brohm in Louisville would be awesome because week in and week out, he loves that school as much as you do.
Right.
He'll never risk your school. He'll never do anything to jeopardize it because he loves it. He's he's a fan just as much as we are.
Right.
And so to let him leave that room and not be y'all's next head coach would be just abhorrent. That'd be silly. Give that man whatever he asks for. If it don't work, it don't work.
Right.
I just went through a year with Willie Taggart, and my God.
He tightened it up at the end.
Thanks for the win, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for the win. It would be absolutely silly for that man not to be y'all's next head coach. If it don't work out, it don't work out. He's a great recruiter. You can almost parallel it to Florida State. I mean, with the fan that Jeff Brohm is of Louisville and Willie Taggart is of Florida State.
Right.
It's almost identical. So, thanks.
We're expecting better than Willie Taggart. Look, I'll tell you, we're expecting better than Willie Taggart results, though.
Oh, absolutely. But don't you love him today? At the end of next year, when he's 4-8, let's see how much I love Brohm.
Listen, all right, Michael, that is absolutely fair. I appreciate the call. Listen. That's a conversation that we've not shied away from the beginning. I know that. Listen, man, I love my teams and I will, like I said, I will take these scholarships in a private moment.
Absolutely.
In a heartbeat.
I do every game. Every game. But Brohm's a different animal, though, man. I mean, look, I get like what Dana was saying.
And he's young and tense.
And I get that. But, I mean, Brohm is a guy, he grew up here. Brian's on the cover. I still remember I was a grade younger than Brian. And I remember going out and getting the Sports Illustrated with Brian on it. And, I mean, just remember being like, wow.
He's on.
Somebody from our group.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, this is the squad I go to camps
And there's
with,
a million of Steve Rummage, age people saying, my God, this is awesome.
Right. That happened. And I remember and I know this sounds silly, but I mean, with the XFL, I remember being like, man, it's Jeff Brohm, man. Hey, Jeff Brohm played, man. He played in Louisville, man. He's from Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different animal than almost anywhere. I mean, he is Louisville through and through. Not just he played here. Willie Taggart played at Western. He was born in Bradenton, Florida.
Right.
You know, I think this is Brohm was born and raised here, played here, played high school ball here, played college ball here, come back and was an assistant coach here. You know,
families here.
Families here. His brothers here.
Effective
played.
People, yeah.
The greatest moments I have about Louisville football are Brian Brohm at the helm. Like, that is Louisville football. And the staff.
Willie Taggart went to Western.
Yes. And the staff he will put together, I think, will excite people.
You scared of that conversation about nepotism?
No, because nepotism's only nepotism
when you're losing.
If you're not, nepotism is when you're not capable of doing the job and you're in the job.
You're not deserving of the.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say a position, Steve. I don't say it, Steve.
Okay.
Mark, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind?
Hey, I'm a little concerned in how this whole thing's being framed with regard to Tyra. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious now. If Jeff stays, it's probably not because of money or opportunity. It's because he has loyalty to the program that he built, the kids that he's coached, the recruits, probably the opportunity that they gave him. And if he decides not to come here for those reasons, one, you have to respect him for that he didn't just chase money. And we have to understand that while coming back here is a draw, emotionally, those things are draws as well. And, to hold Tyra and say, oh, well, he dropped the ball. Because emotionally, he should want to come back here instead of emotionally want to stay there. That's pretty unfair.
So what worries you the most about the situation?
I think he's really attached. I think he really likes that team.
So you feel
and those kids.
You feel guilty as a conscientious objector? Like, do you think Louisville should not be even trying to get him away from Purdue?
No, I think they should. I think it's BS if the fans hold Tyra somehow responsible if he makes an emotional decision. Now, if Tyra went in there and lowballed him or did something like that, but I think that's pretty much understood that it isn't the case. I think it comes down to an emotional decision, and you have to respect that decision either way.
No,
why should we feel his loyalty to home in Louisville should be greater than that of the program that he's in now?
Listen, because I appreciate the call, because everybody's allowed to be emotional.
Because I agree with
Steve
what he's
just
saying.
talked about the emotion of the possibility of having Brohm here, the emotional connection. He is allowed to have an emotional connection to his Purdue team.
Yeah.
We can respect his emotional connection, but we can also respect our emotional connection to the university. Yeah. I went to the university. University has done wonders for my life, has saved my life, in my eyes. So if somebody says another university is a better fit for me or my family, I can disagree with passion and emotion because I have proof of what the university can be for me.
Yes. I agree with that, and that's kind of what I was saying. I mean, I agree with I get what he's saying as a whole, but also, I mean, he's not the only person with emotions in that situation.
Yes.
So, yes, if they don't get a deal done, there's a piece of a fan base that's going to be a little bit angry at somebody, whether it's Jeff or whether it's Vince.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for joining us on 93.9 The Ville. What's on your mind, man?
Hey, fellas, I just want to put my 2 cents in.
Yes, sir.
I've been, I've been a Brohm fan forever, all the way back to Thanksgiving Day. We played Tulsa, and he ran his hand into the wall and broke his finger. And then he taped his finger up 2 weeks later, and we beat mighty Michigan State. It was our first Big Ten win.
Right.
But I can see a lot of stress on Jeff during them news conferences and stuff, and I think he's got a little fever blister on him, around his lip. And I can tell by his body language that he wants a Louisville job. He didn't go to Western Kentucky not to be close to home. He didn't go to Purdue not to be close to home. He knows where home is, and we're Louisville's a special place. When it gets in your heart, hey, you have a hard time leaving it.
Yep.
And he's the type of man. He loves his family. He's gonna want to come back home, and I just feel like it's gonna be done today. And I bet he is there at halftime tonight. And we're going to kick the crap out of Michigan State.
That would be absolutely awesome. I appreciate that call. That would be a sight. That would be an absolute sight. And like I like the pressure of the situation. Great tweet, by the way. Follow me at maybe939. Follow at Stephen Rummage. Great tweet. Tweet says, I don't know what I'm enjoying more, listening to Steve Rummage and Maven, or reading the Panic in Purdue message boards. That's just mean.
Well,
That's
I imagine there is a lot, though. Yeah, I will as soon as we get done here.
You're going to read Purdue message boards.
That's 100% what I'm going to do.
That's
Probably on the drive home.
I thought we were better. That's illegal, Steve.
I know.
Are you going to take it back or we can't?
No.
Bo, thanks for joining us on 93.9 The Ville. What's on your mind, my man?
What up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good.
All right, I got a couple things for going off both the last 2 callers. On the caller previously, before this one, I thought all the Brohm supporters, I'm one of them. But on the other end, I got a group, and I've been defending Brohm a lot. There's a lot of Brohm haters out there as well. So, we're an iffy fan base. Some want them and some don't, but I definitely want them. Then on the other caller just called, finance may have a part in it too, because Purdue gonna raise. They're not just gonna let him go easily. We gonna throw a number out there. I'm sure Purdue already threw a number to him that we gonna have to match. So that's gonna be another thing in consideration. Now, playing devil's advocate, because I get so pissed off at some of the people who, Brohm ain't did enough. We only want him because he's a Louisville native. Not looking at his record or none of that. They think we only want him because he's from Louisville, which is pretty stupid. But if it doesn't happen, who will we be more mad at? Brohm or Tyler? Now, on another thing, what if say if Brohm don't come here, right? We get another coach, blah, blah, blah. He dips in 4 years. Wins the Brohm wins the championship.
Goes over the stream.
The next 2 or 3 years or whatever. Will he come back? Is it too late for us to get him then? Or no? And that's all I got.
Well, listen, Bo, I appreciate the call. We actually were talking about that a little while ago, just kind of saying if Vince Tyree has to, basically it's going to turn into a PR battle. It's going to turn into a media battle. It'll turn into, I don't think they're going to want to hurt each other's feelings, but here's the thing. The previous athletic director, it is well known, did not get along with the Brohms, right? So these opportunities are few and far in between. If you listen to a Chris Mack, hey, these jobs don't come open. I mean, you could come up with a million ways that this stadium is a top 25 football job, of course, back end of top 25, and we're talking about football jobs. It doesn't necessarily have to be a football team, but out of the jobs, it's 20 through 30.
Okay.
Right? Facilities. And like I said, if you moved this stadium and this campus about 2 hours south, 2 or 3 hours south, right?
Yes.
It's a top 15 job. right?
Oh yeah, well, because recruiting. I mean, recruiting.
Yeah,
base.
right. If this place was Louisville, Georgia,
yes,
you know what I'm saying, it would be a top 15 job. You know, with this facility, with the base. That's the only thing that a coach can really use.
Yeah.
To say there's a chance I might not be able to get my guys up here. But
Yes.
that's the only thing. And I get what you're saying, Bo. Like with the what if you don't? But here's the thing. Why at this point it's not necessary to throw out what if you don't names, because that's going to give you somebody to compare it to unfairly. Because if we name 3 other names, we're going to be comparing him to the 3 other names that we should have had.
Yeah.
And the Brohm hater guy that you're talking about is going to say, well, look at what so-and-so who was in that same quarterback class is doing over there. But if you know this guy's a job, why, it's not even good to put out hypothetical coaches that are not involved at all.
Well, no, I don't think it's a coincidence, though, that story was leaked out right before their meeting, which, again, I think is another proof that Brohm wants the job. It's just a matter of getting it done.
That's a fact.
Good.
Darren, thanks for joining us on 939. Fire away, my man.
Hey, guys, I'll be quick. Black and red till I'm dead. Before I get to my football question for you guys, I'm a little disappointed that Tick act like he didn't know me the other day. It kind of bothered me. I know I averaged only less than 33.8 points a game that he did in high school, but come on, Tick.
Right.
But anyway, guys, and I have a hard time doing this. Y'all know I'm a highly strung, emotional guy. You guys already know that. But I'm sitting here at my desk, and I'm taking the emotion out of it. I'm looking at this through Vince Tyre's eyes. Okay, Purdue is paying Jeff currently $3.8, $3.9 million per year, and that's going to go up a little bit. Just say he stayed at Purdue his 7th year. I know they're going to renegotiate and all that, but
How much longer y'all want to go?
Tops out at like 4.1. So,
Your call.
mind if Vince Tyre offers Jeff 4.5, 4.6 million a year, my God, that's over $500,000 raise a year. So I think Jeff's going to take the job when he sees those numbers. But I didn't know. I thought Purdue was paying him like 4.5 already. I did not know that. But anyway, I just want to get you guys' opinion on that. I'll hush, get out of here. Love you guys. Go get Brohm. Beat Michigan State. Go Cards.
Right. Listen, I appreciate the call. I mean, listen, the texters, pretty much said the talent pool is here. Like, you're trashing the talent pool if you're an incumbent coach, right?
As you should.
Just that you want to lower the expectations.
Yes.
We're not going to do that.
No.
Me especially.
No, I think you got talent. I think he's going to come in. I think he's going to come in and make a bowl next year. I think you're going to be looking probably 6 to 8 wins.
I'd be hugely.
Yeah.
I'd
That's
run
a tough
him.
schedule. That's a tough schedule next year.
Give me that basketball tough schedule crap.
Are we going to take when we're going to jump off in a couple minutes here? Are we going to take? Is Bob going to be on both or?
Yeah, we'll be taking Bob.
Okay.
Stick around, people. Bob Valvano, who knows everything, will be simulcasting. But here's the thing: we did a little overtime. But here's the thing: I'm gonna be at Al J's in a couple of hours.
I may go now. I don't
I
want
am
to go.
going to be at the Gall House in a couple of hours, getting ready for Michigan State. I mean, how good is life here, Steve?
It's good.
Like, my goodness.
Crowd's going to be good tonight, man. I think people are ready.
Even during the game. This is why I say follow me at the YouTube channel. We are made for the Ville. Follow me on Twitter at Maben939, because here's the thing. We might stick with the Periscope live from the sideline. We might be. I got some okays to do a little live interaction from the table at today's game. You want to follow the multiple sites at We Are Made for the Ville. Follow me at Maben939. You're going to enjoy it. Brian, you can start playing us out. We're feeling good, man. People. I couldn't start until I got my music going. People. Thank you for sticking around. The YouTube channel. Hey, everybody on the YouTube channel, click subscribe. You're not going to want to miss the content on the breaking news. Click subscribe now. Go to We Are Made for the Villes. Click the subscribe button. You'll get all of our quality content. Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Center, you are absolutely awesome. Thank you for everything you do for us. Jill Blessinger, Becky Blimmel, Keller Williams, Caliber Home Loans, you're awesome. Thank you for everything you do for us. Windows Plus, you keep us rolling. Globe Auto, you literally keep us rolling. I love my car. I absolutely love my vehicle, and every day I'm so glad that I came to Globe Auto. 5705 Bardstown Road. I don't need lunch. I can't eat. Phil Baker's going up and down the hall. I mean, people, this is a madhouse. ESPN Louisville is always your station for the most important breaking news. We're here, like, this is the only place to go. Stay on both channels, back and forth. Do not change the channel on your car. Do not change on your cell phone app. This is the place to be. As always, 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. We Are Made for the Ville is the YouTube channel. 10 to 12 is always the time on 93.9